She had been sitting in the same cafe for 6 years. Same chair, same window, same cup of coffee going cold on the table beside her notebook. Every morning at 8, she arrived. Every morning at 10, she left. And in those 2 hours she wrote. Not novels. Not stories anyone would ever read. Just observations. Small, specific, honest records of what she saw through the glass. The man who walked his dog slowly, like he was apologizing to the street for being there. The girl who always arrived at the bus stop 30 seconds too late and watched the bus leave with exactly the same expression every day. Not anger, not frustration, just a kind of quiet acceptance that the world runs on its own schedule. The delivery driver who ate his lunch on the steps of the building across the road, always facing the sun, always with his eyes closed. The woman's name was Sara. She was a language teacher. She did not teach grammar. She did not give her students lists of vocabulary to memorize on a Sunday evening and forget by Tuesday morning. She taught them to notice. She said on the first day of every new class the same thing. She said, before you can say something true in English, you need to see something true in the world. Her students were confused by this, at first. They had come expecting exercises, worksheets, repetition drills. Instead, Sara gave them a window. Not literally. She gave them a seat anywhere, and she gave them 20 minutes and a notebook. She told them to write down 5 things they saw. Not 5 nouns. 5 observations. Not a man with a dog. A man apologizing to the street with the way he walks. Not a girl at a bus stop. A girl who has made peace with buses leaving without her. The difference between the noun and the observation, Sara told them, is the difference between knowing a word and speaking a language. Anyone can learn a word. A dictionary contains every word, but a dictionary cannot see the man apologizing to the street. Only you can see that. And the language you build to describe it, that language is yours. Nobody else can speak it. And that is what makes it worth speaking. One morning, a student, a young man named Remi who had been learning English for 4 years and still felt afraid of every sentence, arrived at the cafe before Sara. He sat in her window seat without knowing it was hers. He had his notebook. He was watching the street. When Sara arrived and saw him sitting in her chair, she did not say anything. She sat down beside him instead. They sat together in silence for 20 minutes, both watching the same window, both writing in their notebooks. At the end, Remi showed her what he had written. He had written in careful English about a woman across the street who was on the phone, but looking at a tree. And the tree was moving in the wind. And the woman did not notice the tree, and he thought, she is somewhere else entirely, even though she is standing right there. Sara read it twice. Then she said very quietly, that is fluency. He looked at her. He said, but I used the wrong tense in the 3rd sentence. She said, I know. Fix it later. First, understand that you just said something that no textbook could have taught you. You saw something real, and you found words for it. That is the whole point. That is everything. Remi fixed the tense later. He still has the notebook. He teaches English now himself. And Sara still sits in the window seat every morning at 8. Her coffee still goes cold. Her notebook still fills. Outside the glass, the world keeps being true, and she keeps finding words for it. One observation at a time. If this story made you stop and think, even for a moment, then your English is already doing something extraordinary. It is not just receiving words. It is feeling them. Come back tomorrow. We post a new story every single day. And next time, we're going to tell the story of a lighthouse keeper who found a letter inside a bottle that had been traveling across the ocean for 11 years. You will not want to miss it. Like this video. Leave a comment. Tell us one thing you noticed today. One small, true thing you saw. Write it in English, even if it is just one sentence.
And subscribe.
Because your next story is already written. It is waiting for you. Sara English.
Keep listening.